Hello everyone, this is Cliff. Welcome back to our Let's Play of Dark Souls 2. Now before we get into the second download content, what I want to do is examine this. And this will take us into King Vendrick's memory. And now that we actually have the first crown, we'll get some dialogue. So we're just going to walk over to him.
Seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. I am Vendrick, ruler of Drang Lake. Seeker of fire, deliverer of crowns. What do you see in the flames? Find the crowns and your own answers. The crowns hold the strength of lords from times long past. Seek adversity. As befits you, seeker of fire, coveter of the throne. Seeker of fire, conqueror of dark. I too sought fire once. With fire, they say, a true king can harness the curse. A lie, but I knew no better. Seeker of fire, you know not the depth of dark within you. It grows deeper still, the more flame you covet. Flame, oh, flame. I am king of this wretched, unraveled kingdom. I subdued the giants and claimed their strength, so that I might step closer to fire. Drang Lake will fall, the fire will fade, and the souls of old will re-emerge. With dark, unshackled, a curse will be upon us, and men will take their true shape. Drang Lake will fall, and men... Drang Lake and men will...
Okay, so that's one of the messages that you get from him, and we'll fade out as we walk away. Now, I think that's pretty much everything, but we will give it another college try. Yep, and that is everything. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to take the silly crown off, and we are going to get out of here. Just going to head back to bonfire real quick. Okay, so second download content, we will go to this bonfire. Alright, that should be a very familiar area. Just going to slide all the way down, and I am not going to do that. I am going to equip that because it should be a little bit better in this narrow hallway that we're going to have to fight this turtle enemy in. Alright. So he's gone. And we're going to run over here. And this should look very familiar. Like I say, we were here several videos ago. This is where you fight the Diablo clone. And now what you're going to do is just drop down in here. And you will notice this new doorway. I'm going to walk through this doorway. And I think these actually say something. Yeah, King's Domain. Water Dry, Path of Mist, Wolf of Temptation is dismissed. The Tower of the Old Iron King resides a child of dark. Trespassers will face adversity befitting a monarch. Alright, so we're going to hit this. Okie dokie, now we've obviously got our portal back, and you've always got some people who are claiming illusory walls. There's just nothing there. I don't think there's anything but these little grave, what looks like grave markers on both sides. Yep. Alright. Okay, so we're going to take our first step into the very large second download content. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily large, but there is a lot of stuff. We got a little bit of slow down there. There's a lot of stuff going on in it. So we're gonna take this elevator up. And we come to this mist. Don't know why they put a mist there, but here we go. This is the second download content, and you will actually go to all of these areas. If you look down there, you can see a few enemies. There's a couple of enemies right there and a dead body hanging off. That's actually close to one of the bonfires. That tower right there, you'll be invaded. Kind of a pain in the ass invasion because he lures you down into an area where a special type of enemy is, and you'll see that very quickly into this download content. Now we will be taking the flame away from that tower. We'll head there, and we will actually use that to power this main tower. So let's head up here. Now if you can't walk in a straight line, you may have some issues with some of these areas. Pick up that smelter wedge. Now these that is actually an idol. Probably would be the best description for it. You will face many of them in this area. There are 4 of them that protect one of the bosses. They actually heal him if he gets close to them. So they play a kind of an important role in this area, and you will see one coming up. Good news is this bonfire is right here. Go ahead and light it, plant our flag there. Now you see this elevator. It's not moving. That again, we will get this tower started back up eventually. So what we're gonna do is, this is one of the idols right here. And they generally have a bunch of nasty little tricks, but we will use the smelter wedge on this one. Alright, and by doing that, we will gain... we get this lovely sound in our ears, but we will gain that is not the full soul. Excuse me. That is not there. Where would it be? It's in my regular. We get that. It's a small fragment of a soul. You have to collect, I think it's 8 or 9 of them. And just be careful of that. You can't actually fall down in there. Probably won't do your character a whole lot of good. Alright, so basically we've got 2 ways that we can go. We can go down here, or we can, and this way won't lead to anything until we get that moving. Once that starts moving, we can come down here. There's an item up over on that balcony there that we can get to. But for right now, I actually hear the phone ringing, so I'm going to go back here and I will cut in once I take care of that. So give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So while I was on the phone, I was able to look back at my notes for this place, and one thing that I saw in my notes is that I had in them not to defeat this first idol, and I'll tell you why. Basically, there's a boss much later on in the DLC. Grab this dexterity ring. It does exactly what you would think, adds to your dexterity. But there's a boss later on in this DLC who can be healed. There are 4 idols around his boss chamber, and he can be healed by them. So the problem is there's like 10 idols, and you only get 9 of those stakes that you need to destroy them. One of them is obtained by killing a boss, but obviously if you have 1 idol left and it's one that can heal him, it's going to make that boss fight much more difficult. So what I'm going to have to do is back up and kind of I'm going to have to call an audible on this one. There should be another one that is fairly easy to get to, and that's the reason why you leave that first one alone, because I mean the bonfire's right there. You just walk over, it's no big deal. Okay, so what we're gonna do, this is where we were before, but we're gonna drop further down. Now obviously you want to be very careful about where you actually drop off at, and what I'm gonna do is pick this spot right there and then drop down here. Now that is a long trip to nowhere. Uh-oh, I hear one of those idols. Okay. Twilight herb now. If you run into these bodies, you'll obviously break them apart. Now, some of them have items. Some of them later on have triggers enemy encounters. So you just want to be careful later on, which is kind of always the case in this game. You have to just be careful about certain things. So we should have 2 this time. That was 3. I aggroed all of them. I didn't need to do that. So what we want to do is just take out those first 2 there. And take out that one. You do have to watch out for that, but you can get the drop on this guy. And the idol's actually in the room below. That's the noise you keep hearing. So let's just do this. That, I don't think either one of these have items. Yeah, you can kind of see that kind of smokiness coming through that wall. That's where the idol is. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna drop down here. Okay, I think there's an item around here. Yeah, get you some black weed balm. Drop down here, grab this item. That's a scythe +7. I don't think there's anything around here other than the possibility of falling off. So what we're going to do is not mess with that. Alright, so from here we can do one of 2 things. We can actually drop down there and that leads us to a fight with him. Let's come through here. I'll show you this. This next area coming up is probably one of the most aggravating before we get to our next bonfire. Let's pop this open. Tighten that slab, which is a good thing. Let's climb down, and I'll show you what we're having to deal with here. Okay. So you've got an idol right there. You've got one of those enemies right there. You've got two more in the room out there on the right. So this can kind of be an aggravating little area. But what I'm gonna try to do is get a cheap hit in. Yeah, see, that's why it's aggravating. And now I don't have much of a choice but to heal up. Okay, that wasn't pretty, but we got one of them out of the way. Now, I'm not going to go after the idol because I'm going to kind of go after this different way. Let's go over here and should be able to drop off onto here. And we got this dude to have to deal with. As you can see, he has some very strange attacks, and it's really hard to actually backstab him. I don't think you can. Let's motivate over here. How's my weapon's fine. Okay. Bonfire ascetic and a human effigy. Now at this point, unfortunately, we can't really do anything. I could probably drop down and kind of assassinate that. Let's see what I can do here. The last time I did it, I went through this way, taking care of this dude. And to be fair, that worked better in my head than it did in real life. Just gonna creep on it. There we go. Let's grab this item. And thanks to the joys of invincibility frames, we managed to get away with that. Let me open this. I was thinking that there was another guy like in here that popped up somewhere near this door here, but maybe it was just this guy. So I mentioned two dudes in here, and this is the second one. Grab that. Okay, so far so good. Alright, we're getting closer. We are getting closer. There should be some items in that room below. We'll get there eventually. Okay, So, we got two paths that we can take here. I think there's a guy that shows up right here. So much for him. There we go. Groovy. Ow. I don't know why I grabbed that Lloyd's talisman. I don't know why I swung my sword at that. I knew better. So this is the room below where we're at. And what we'll do is we'll open this up. Excuse me. Grab a few items here. Okay, so at this point we killed another one of those idols, and obviously you don't want to leave that one alive because it's a little bit more aggravating to get to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through here, and I believe this is where the explosive barrel enemies are. Take your best fire weapon. And that takes care of the room, pretty much. Human effigy. A black firebomb. Okay, so take your best fire weapon. Oh, you prick. Rusty piece of crap. How did that not hit? Okay. Huh. Alright, well. Actually, that fire wielding, great bow wielding guy is actually pretty easy to deal with if you actually just hit these barrels. I think every one of these barrels has stuff that goes boom in them. I don't think there's anything over there. There's no type of item. Okay, so we're getting closer to the bonfire. Now, what I want to do is just... Oh shit, that was stupid. Okay, well. Interesting. So now I've got some herky jerky going there. Sorry about that. There we go. Thank you. I don't think I can hit this other dude. Okay, so obviously we got a guy throwing firebombs over here. So what I'm going to do is just heal up. Oh. Almost broke that chest. That would have been bad. That is a fist weapon, but a highly upgraded fist weapon, so that's a good thing. Okay, so what we're doing basically is we're heading towards this tower. That's kind of the first area we want to go. We'll actually go to the very bottom of the tower, which I can't get an angle on to see. Go down in there and we collect an item that basically gets all of these machines working, the fireworks get going. I can talk a little bit now because I am right near my bonfire, and even though they are surrounded by fire-breathing statues, you're safe to click on it. What we're going to do is I'm going to head this way, and you have to be aware of that dude because he can arch up over this fence, which kind of sucks, but you know, them's the brakes. Let's do that, and I'm gonna let him fire again just in case. Okay, and I'll open this. That's some Twinkling Titanite. Everybody likes Twinkling Titanite. Okay, so we will eventually get through, get into this room. Got a ways to go yet. It opens actually from the other side, so that's basically a shortcut back to the bonfire. What we're going to do is we will be heading down. Something killed something. Okay, that's good. Let's open this mist up. Yeah, this is kind of the central elevator. If you see that kind of statue right there, that is where you'll put the item that gets all of these elevators moving. Right now, everything's kind of off, as you can see. And there's a couple of idols in here. I'm trying to figure out where I want to, what idol I want to leave alive, quote unquote. Again, this is the elevator that's not going to do anything right now, so it's this. So right now we're just kind of in a holding pattern for want of a better word. What we'll do is we'll head down this, in the next video, we'll head down this set of stairs, and we'll eventually come and fight these enemies down here. There's another idol that'll show up down there. I will kill it, head through those doors, and work our way around to, I think the door is right where that set of stairs is, kind of right in front. And there's basically a bonfire about 2 or 3 levels below where I'm at right now. So that's the plan for the next video. I'm gonna run back up here, and I'll probably spend souls and do all that good stuff. So until next time, this has been Cliff. I hope everybody takes care. I will see you later. Bye bye.